My dear students, Assalamu alaikum. I hope you all are fine. Today I am with the lesson Layers of Atmosphere. From this lesson, the points to be learnt are definition of atmosphere, change of pressure in the atmosphere, change of temperature in the atmosphere, lapse rate, positive lapse rate, negative lapse rate, layers of atmosphere, characteristics of layers, and finally homosphere and heterosphere. So dear students, let's begin. The very first point is definition of atmosphere. This is a schematic diagram of Earth, and around this Earth there is a mixture of different gases like carbon dioxide, nitrogen, oxygen, noble gases, etc. Now let's see the definition of atmosphere. The Earth's surface, such as land, rivers, oceans, is enveloped by a mixture of gases. This mixture of gases is known as atmosphere to the scientists, and it extends up to 500 kilometers altitude. Let's see the next point. Now the point is change of pressure in the atmosphere. First of all, let's see the composition of atmosphere. In the atmosphere nearer to the ground, the density of air is much higher due to the gravitational attraction, and with the increase of altitude the density of air is decreased gradually. Now let's see the change of pressure in the atmosphere graphically. Here altitude is plotted against pressure. Unit is millimeter mercury. Near to the ground, pressure is much higher, and with the increase of altitude, the pressure is decreased gradually in the upward direction. So this is the change of pressure in the atmosphere. That is simply with the increase of altitude, pressure is decreased gradually in the upward direction due to the less concentration of air. Let's see the next point. Now the point is change of temperature in the atmosphere. In the atmosphere, gas molecules act as solar energy absorbent. That is why nearer to the ground the temperature should be much higher, and with the increase of altitude it should be decreased gradually. But it doesn't happen. There is a zigzag change we observe in the atmosphere in the temperature. Let's see graphically change of temperature in the atmosphere. Altitude is plotted against average temperature. Unit is Kelvin. Nearer to the ground, temperature is much higher. It is around 15 degrees Celsius, and with the increase of altitude, temperature is decreased. Again it is increased, again it is decreased, again it is increased. 15 to minus 55 degrees Celsius temperature, then again it is increased 2 degrees Celsius, again it is decreased minus 93 degrees Celsius. So this is the zigzag change of temperature in the atmosphere. This is decrease of temperature. This is called positive lapse rate. This is normal. Normal change, decrease in temperature. This is called positive lapse rate. This is increase of temperature. This is called negative lapse rate. Again it is positive lapse rate. again it is negative lapse rate, and this change of temperature in the upward direction is known as lapse rate. So here we learned lapse rate, that is change of temperature in the upward direction. Decrease of temperature is positive lapse rate. Increase of temperature is negative lapse rate. Again decrease of temperature, positive lapse rate. Again increase of temperature, negative lapse rate. So it should be gradual increase of temperature in the atmosphere, because of the nearer to the ground the density of air is much higher, the temperature should be more here, and in the upward direction, since the density of air is decreased, the temperature should be increased gradually. But it doesn't happen. What happens here? Zigzag change of temperature happens here. Due to this zigzag change of temperature, this atmosphere is divided into 4 layers. Now let's see the layers of atmosphere. The point is layers of atmosphere. We have already known the atmosphere is divided into 4 layers due to the zigzag change of temperature in the atmosphere. From the ground up to 15 kilometers, this is called troposphere, and next 35 kilometers is called stratosphere. Next 35 kilometers is called mesosphere. Next 415 kilometers is called thermosphere or ionosphere. And after this thermosphere, this is known as exosphere. So first 15 kilometers is troposphere, then 35 kilometers stratosphere, then 35 kilometers mesosphere, then 415 kilometers thermosphere, and after the thermosphere there is another layer is considered, that is exosphere. Now let's see the characteristics of the layers one by one. First of all, characteristics of troposphere. The lowest region is known as troposphere. Its range is 15 kilometers. Pressure is decreased from 760 millimeter mercury to 100 millimeter mercury. Temperature is decreased from 15 degrees Celsius to minus 55 degrees Celsius. This decrease of temperature is known as positive lapse rate. Cyclonic storms occur here very frequently in this region. That is why this region is known as storm sphere. All types of aeroplanes fly in this region, and it is within 12.2 kilometers to 12.8 kilometers. That means 40,000 feet to 42,000 feet. And another point is tropopause. There exists a thin aerobic layer between troposphere and next stratosphere. This thin aerobic layer is known as tropopause. Now let's see the characteristics of stratosphere. Now, characteristics of stratosphere. The second layer from the ground is known as stratosphere. Its range is 35 kilometers, from 16 kilometers to 50 kilometers, and pressure is decreased from 10 millimeter to 1 millimeter. Temperature is increased here minus 55 degrees Celsius to 2 degrees Celsius. Here temperature is increased. This is called negative lapse rate. In this region, solar energy absorbent ozone gas present here. That is why in this region temperature is increased. In this region no cyclonic storms occur here. That is why this region is called calm sphere. In this region jet aircrafts fly. And another point is stratopause. There exists a thin aerobic layer between stratosphere and next mesosphere. This thin aerobic layer is known as stratopause. Now, characteristics of mesosphere. The third region in the atmosphere from the ground is known as mesosphere. Its range is 35 kilometers. Pressure is decreased with the increase of altitude. Temperature is decreased here from 0 degrees Celsius to minus 93 degrees Celsius, because here solar energy absorbent ozone is not present here. That is why in this region temperature is decreased. This is called positive lapse rate. Another point is mesopause. There exists a thin aerobic layer between mesosphere and next thermosphere. This thin aerobic layer is known as mesopause. Now, characteristics of thermosphere. The fourth region in the atmosphere is known as thermosphere. Its range is 415 kilometers. Temperature is decreased from 180 Kelvin to 700 Kelvin or up to 2000 Kelvin. It depends on the degree of solar radiation. And the lower portion of thermosphere is known as ionosphere, because here there are some ions like oxygen, NO plus, hydrogen plus, helium plus, and free electrons. These are formed for the high energy UV rays through photodissociation and photoionization. Let's try to know something about exosphere. Now, characteristics of exosphere, and its range is above 500 kilometers. Exosphere merges with outer space, and here there are some more amount of hydrogen and helium gases. And another point is magnetic sphere. It is formed from the combination of magnetic fields of photons and electrons. This magnetic sphere surrounds the exosphere. Let's see next point. Now the point is homosphere and heterosphere. We know that the composition of atmosphere is nitrogen around 78%, oxygen around 21%, and rest is around 1%. In the three regions, troposphere, stratosphere and mesosphere, these three regions maintain this composition. That is why these three regions are called homosphere, and next two regions, thermosphere and ionosphere, this composition is changed. That is why these two regions are called heterosphere. My dear students, no more today. Thank you very much. Take care.